to the Wednesday meditation service. If you would like to pray for somebody and have the name called off, you can write the name on a piece of paper that's by the prayer box in the front and put it into the prayer box. I will pick it up while Jack is speaking and put it on the list. And then that name will be on that list for a month. And then it is sent to Silent Unity for another month. So you're welcome to do that. And we also have a prayer box in the front on the table as you come in if you want to write the name on a piece of paper. You don't have to write what you think is wrong with them. Just their name is enough. And then put it in that prayer box. I also look in that prayer box to put it on the list. We're going to be doing a chant. It's call and response. And I really feel that right now, meditating every day is so important for us to connect ourselves to the divine and be an expression in the world of light. And we see things on a higher level as we meditate. We don't get caught up in the emotion that maybe our friends are expressing or the media. We get into a more prayerful way of looking at life, and we act on it by sending prayers to, maybe for watching the news or whatever, to the people that are needing prayer at this time. So it's a chance for us to serve in that capacity and to hold people that are not feeling well, bring them the light, surround them with the healing light of the Creator. And you're taking action that is really benefiting them. So we're going to do a call and response chant, and then Jack will come out and he will speak. And then I will do the Tibetan bowls just before we go into silent meditation, which lifts our consciousness up to the sounds have been prayed over and sung through with the Tibetan monks when they make them, and it's just an honor to play them. So let's start the chant. Open my heart, let only love flow through me, let only love flow through me. Center my soul, center my soul upon the path of peace. Make of my life a melody of love. God is in all of life. We are all one. We are all one. Hope in my mind. Let kind thoughts flow through me. Let kind thoughts flow through me. Centered in love. A love with no end. Make of my life a melody of love. life. We are all one. Open my eyes to see love before me. Radiant love, shining through all. Make of my life a melody of love. God is in all of life. We are all one. Creator of all life. Creator of all life. Bring us to the light. Bring us to the light. Open my heart. Let only love flow through me. Center my soul upon the path of peace. Make of my life a melody of love. God is in all of life. We are all one. Open my mind. Let kind thoughts flow through me. Centered in love, a love with no end. Make of my life a melody of love. God is in all of life. We are all one. Creator of all life, Creator of all life, bring us to the light, bring us to the light, bring us to the light, bring us to the light.
Good evening, everyone. Someone asked me on Sunday if it isn't inconsiderate to be focused on dealing only with that which is on your personal path. Because as you have heard me say, after we've prayed for the conditions in the world and felt the compassion for the people of that world, and possibly even donated to help the people of that world, after we've done that, we should withdraw from any anxiety regarding the people of that world, the people of the world of war, the people of the world of fear, the people of the world of desperation. Because the way the universe works is that each of us is a universe within himself or herself. And so our daily calling and our yoga is to be peace. To be peace within ourselves. And when we are peace, we bring peace to the collective human consciousness, which is the only thing that will ever resolve the countless conflicts of the world. That is the highest calling. To be peace is to bring peace to the collective human consciousness. And that is the only way there can be any resolution of all the countless conflicts in the world. This particular passage in the Gospel of John is of ultimate importance to us. This is after he has said his final discourses at the Last Supper and in the Garden of Gethsemane. And now he has finished relating the reality of the presence of God. And he says this, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give you this peace." And that's an important statement because in the world, the people of the world and the thinking of the world they only have peace when conditions and circumstances are meeting their personal desires, their demands, their expectations. You know this is true for most of the people in the world. But the masters of life are not relating that partial relative peace. They are relating a mystical peace that transcends the conditions and circumstances one may be having in his or her life. It's a transcendent, mystical peace that can be defined as joy. And so, this is the peace that surpasses the understanding of the world. We know that the measure of every spiritual practice is whether or not it brings peace. Peace is the goal, and it relates understanding. And that's declared specifically and clearly in A Course in Miracles this way. We can listen to how the Course in Miracles doesn't let us waffle away from this truth. Think not that you understand anything until you pass the test of perfect peace. For peace and understanding go together and never can be found alone. Each brings the other with it, for it is the law of God that they be not separate. They are cause and effect, each to the other. So where one is absent, the other cannot be. All that any human being is doing in life, whether he or she is consciously aware of it or not, is seeking understanding. What is the purpose of life, truly? And here it is being explained that if you want understanding, you need to realize it never goes alone without peace, true mystical peace. This is how it's stated. Think not you understand anything until you pass the test of perfect peace. For peace and understanding go together and never can be found alone. Each brings the other with it, for it is the law of God, they be not separate. They are cause and effect, each to the other. So where one is absent, the other cannot be. That is certainly something worth contemplating. It also is the promise from the practice of the presence of God that peace is the goal. The practice of the presence of God is that talk that I give sometimes about the young man who went through a living hell in the war in Europe. This is many years ago, before our time, actually. And he found the peace that surpasses the understanding of the world by realizing that the difficulties and the challenges that come our way personally will also pass away. And this came to him as he looked upon a tree that was barren in the winter. There was nothing on it, no leaves, no blossoms, no fruit. And yet he knew in the spring that tree would be filled with blossoms and fruit. And that was the revelation that opened his mind to the presence of God in every condition, in every circumstance. It is possible to have the mystical peace of God. And we know that that is not conditioned on what a person does for a living. Whether you're a high-profile business executive, or an auto repair person, or a busy mother, or a lowly shepherd, or a school teacher, or a hospice nurse, or you work on a computer, here's the Master Yoga, establishing mystical peace. Here it is. This is the Master Yoga, establishing mystical peace. Do you realize that if you were to take this in totally, you would need nothing else to have peace and joy the rest of your life? If you could hear and take in what is being said now, you would free yourself from all fear, all guilt, all consternation, all useless, unnecessary mental suffering. Can you imagine that? And here it is. If somebody was standing up on a bigger stage and saying to you, what would you offer me for this? That you would have peace of mind and joy forever. Of course, he could hand you this piece of paper and you could take it, but it would be still not as effective if you were to apply it. Apply it to your life. And that's how important it would have to be for you to have it. Here it is, the Master Yoga. Can you detect even the slightest element within yourself of not wanting to be doing what you are doing? That is a denial of life, and so a truly successful outcome is not possible. I'll read that again. Can you detect even the slightest element within yourself of not wanting to do, of not wanting to be doing what you are doing? That is a denial of life, and so a truly successful outcome is not possible. If you can detect this within yourself, can you also drop it and be total in what you do? Can you detect even the slightest element within yourself of not wanting to be doing what you are doing? That is a denial of life, and so a truly successful outcome is not possible. If you can detect this within yourself, can you also drop it and be total in what you do? That's the secret of being in the mystical now presence. We have to get to that place where we're able to detect, I'm resisting something. I'm actually in a state of resistance to what I am doing. My mind is off saying I shouldn't have to do this. Or my mind is off saying I could be doing something better. Or my mind is off saying I could be at that party already. My mind is saying, no, I shouldn't be here with these people doing this. But something is there in which one is resisting what is there to be done. If you are resisting what is there to be done, you will not have your entrance into the divine mystical peace and joy. And so, this then is the Master's practice of mystical peace. Be awake enough to detect when you are resisting anything. Be awake enough to detect when you are resisting anything. It used to be that when you're resisting something, quite often you'd be angry at it. or you try to wipe it out, or get it out of your life, or get it out of your way, or yell at it, or blame it, or demean it, because you know it shouldn't be there. And you see the difference about the end of religion as it's understood by the thinking world and the truth of spiritual awakening? That's where it is. It's right there. So, every personal obligation, think this to yourself now as I say this. Every personal obligation, every personal responsibility, every difficulty, can you be there with it without resisting it? The obligations of your life, the responsibilities of your life, meeting the difficulties which come to every life, can you simply not be inwardly resisting them? However, what is going on. And in that state of consciousness, your guidance is clear. And you will be doing what you are doing and not resisting what you are doing. But being wholeheartedly committed to doing what there is to do, so that whatever there is to do, you're doing it wholeheartedly, not half-heartedly, not fearfully, not resistingly, but wholeheartedly. Oh, that garage is just filled with junk that I've been piling up for years. It's got to be cleaned out. I don't know how I can get to it. Just begin to not resist it. Go to it and start. Don't resist. And you will see you will be moved into a state of divine peace. At some point in the cleaning of the garage, you will feel an elation that you are doing something wonderful. This is the secret of truly successful living, what I'm sharing right now. By dropping any inner resistance to what is, we effectively end the dualistic awareness. The dualistic awareness is there's me and there's all that is not me. There's me and all those other people that have no real concern for me. There's me and all that has to be done today. I don't know if I'll get through it. I can't face it. I'll just go back to bed. There's me, me, me. But you see the difference in that thinking and the master thinking is everything I look upon, everything I see, and everything that is there that needs me is one with me. It didn't rise separate and apart from me. What is before my life to be taken care of has risen with my awareness. Not apart from it, not separate. It hasn't risen to somebody else's awareness. Maybe they've got the same type of situation going on, but it has risen in your awareness by divine appointment to be dealt with without resistance. And so, we have no external, no, let me put it this way. We have no internal resistance while doing what we want to do. In other words, there's no resistance to that when you're doing what you want to do. And when you're doing that which you delight in doing. So there's no resistance to that. But now listen very carefully. Only when doing the things we have to do, that we are required to do, does resistance in the limited thinking of the world arise. So the difference is between the things we want to do and the things we have to do. Here's an important transformation. Learning to make the things we have to do the things we want to do. Learn to make the things we have to do the things we want to do. Perhaps you've been on a job for a long time that you really don't appreciate, you don't like, and you do it with resistance all the time. You're never fully there. You're always trying to check in on your cell phone to get away from it or take the break or get to the bathroom again or get out of there as soon as you can. And so you're in resistance to what you have to do. But I tell you from experience, you can make that which you have up to this point felt obligated to do, you can make it the thing you want to do. You can do it wholeheartedly. You can do it as though it was your doing for God. You just want to do it wonderfully, beautifully, better than you've ever done it. Going out of your way, doing more than is required. And you will enter a state of consciousness shared only by the masters. But it takes faith to go there. You're sitting here tonight hoping, gee, could somebody just lay their hands on me and have that peace, that mystical peace, that joy that surpasses the understanding? No. No. The Dalai Lama couldn't do it for you. Nobody in the mountains of Tibet, no guru that ever lived, can put his hands on you and get you there. You will have to change your way of living your life. From dividing life into those things you have to do and the things you want to do. Because while you're doing those things you have to do in the limited thinking of the world, you're really angsting about the things you want to do or should be doing or getting to. Get over that. There's only doing. There's only doing. And it's your state of mind that takes the joy or the peace out of it. There's only doing. The difference between the thinking of the world and the masters of life is in the thinking of the world, anybody can do what they really have always wanted to do without resistance. But the masters can do without resistance the things that they have to do. Anything at all. Whatever is required in the moment. They're capable of doing it wholeheartedly, fulfillingly, joyfully. You want life and you want abundant life? You want the life that is spoken of by the masters down through the ages? You think it's in some kingdom of heaven, somewhere after you drop the body? No, it's not. It's right here, right now, opening your consciousness to your divine nature and living from the divine nature. So we have this also from the Master of Life, Eckhart Tolle. When you say yes to the isness of life, when you accept this moment as it is, you can feel a sense of spaciousness within you that is deeply peaceful. The yes to what is reveals a dimension of depth within you that is dependent neither on external conditions nor on the internal conditions of constantly fluctuating thoughts and emotions. I'll read that again. When you say yes to the isness of life, when you accept this moment as it is, you can feel a sense of spaciousness within you that is deeply peaceful. The yes to what is reveals a dimension of depth within you that is dependent neither on external conditions nor on the internal conditions of constantly fluctuating thoughts and emotions. So tonight, for your assignment this week, you are going to be awake to any resistance you may have to doing that which is before you to do. And you're going to find a new way of joy and peace. And so we'll listen to the Tibetan bowls as it brings us into this moment, takes us away from the thinking. We just had the thinking part of this service. Let's get away from that because we're okay. Nobody separate from us, outside of us, is punishing us or messing with us. Only our minds are doing things that hold us in limitation. So just become present when you listen to the bowls. Let the tones flow through you. And then as the bowls complete, I will give you an affirmation, an idea to gently focus your consciousness on. now honest with the life I am living, choosing peace, letting inner resistance go, as I accept what is there to be accomplished, as I accept what is there to do. I am one with what needs to be done. And now the mystical peace and joy are mine. I am here now, honest with the life I am living, choosing peace, letting inner resistance go, as I accept what there is to accept, as I accept what there is to do. I am one with what needs to be done. And now the mystical peace and joy are mine. I am here now, honest with the life I am living, choosing peace, letting inner resistance go, as I accept what there is to accept, as I accept what there is to do. I am one with what needs to be done. And now the mystical peace and joy are mine. as we go forth from this meditation, let us take a moment to pray for those whose names have been submitted to our prayer list. We allow this refined level of awareness, the insight of the now consciousness, coming into the awareness of those whose names we call now.
Carol Selby, Nick, Lori Garcia, Planet Earth, Peace in Ukraine, Marche and Brett, Cindy Allen, Sandy Spahn, Steve Taylor, Donna Sparks, Frank and Marjorie, Kevin, Roxana, Ron Madrid, Margot Gilham, Fran Dugan, Amanda Phillips, Ruth Pearson, Melinda, Drew Pelham, Casey, Atusa, Keith Albertson, Jim Albertson, Casey Cole Albertson, John Stovall, Craig Simpson and mother, all children and adults affected by the event at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. You can call out a name at this time if you would like to do so. Sandy Perko, we see this healing light surrounding the prayer box and all the people whose names have been submitted. We see them healed physically, mentally, and spiritually.
Let us take a moment to visualize this awakening awareness occurring in the consciousness of everyone sharing this Boulder community with us. And this awakening consciousness opening in the consciousness of everyone in the state of Colorado. And this awakening consciousness moving in the consciousness of everyone sharing these United States of America with us. And so it goes to every mind, every soul, everyone. This awakening to the reality of the presence of the divine in every moment, in every place, in every condition, in all circumstances. And there is a celebration of peace, harmony, joy, and love as we pray. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and God is love. To this we say, Amen. We will take an offering for unity now. And those of you that may be watching this on live stream, you can scroll down to that place, that little button that says donate. It will show you the ways you can donate to Unity of Boulder. And so let us all bring to mind that financial gift we'd like to make to Unity of Boulder. And let's bless it with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give.
Hold out to earth the torch divine. We are the lights of the earth. Shine. Hold out to earth the torch divine. We are the lights of the earth. Shine, shine.
Join me now, please. We dedicate this tithe to the will and the work of the Spirit of truth and to the victory of the Spirit of truth. Amen. At the 9 a.m. service on Sunday, I will be speaking about healing using only the power of the mind. And this will be a focused relating to how we evolve to the new heaven in consciousness. And Santisha will have the 11 o'clock service. Is there anything else we need to announce?
Now, if you called out a name, if you could write their name on a piece of paper and put it inside the prayer box, it will go on to our list.
Right, it goes on to Silent Unity, which has been praying 24/7.
And we have tea and refreshments in the bookstore if you'd like to go into the bookstore. And it's open.
Okay. To everyone, good night.